na hiyo yote, na hata watoto wa primary naye unajua sasa, kwa mtu ambaye iko kama mimi ni ngumu pia, sio rahisi.
Tulikuwa tunaenda kufanya kazi kwa mashamba ya majirani wenye wako afadhali kiasi, halafu tulipiwe school fees.
Huyu kijana hata hana nyumba ya kulala, anaenda kuomba mahali pa kulala. Sasa akikuja asubuhi kupeleka shule kuanzia hapa mpaka Kamasa usiku saa 11:30, kufika huko ni saa 12, na unapeleka na mguu na mvua.
Sasa vile nilijoin form 1 niliingia kwanza na C-, kwa sababu nilikuwa naamka na lost time ya kusoma. Hiyo time nikitumia kusoma naenda kware.
Naitwa Dennis Kikoech.
Kibwa kibutano cha kiwe ngalekab skul ni kora ngana kebarchige kotar chik koityo kotomo takomoe kora ko sukul kokwalele ngotar kijana nini amun kazi nikisiche ni ko kidogo ilele 50 ile napanga aliko pa sukul kidogo chakula.
Ni a single parent, so you're feeling kuona akistruggle sana, na unafika shule, kutoka shule at times unapata hakuna kitu nyumbani na ni yeye tu peke yako ndo ana struggle. So ilikuwa ina pose challenge kwa masomo yangu because utapata anything ya kukula na unahitaji energy ya kusoma.
My name is Aaron Kiplangat. I'm in Kama Secondary School, Form 2 South. Vile nilianza niliingia grade 8. Maisha ilikuwa imeanza kuwa ngumu juu nilikuwa narudishwa shuleni. Pesa pia ilikuwa inatakana fees. So ingebidi nikae nyumbani mpaka siku yenye wazazi walikuwa wanapata fees.
We don't feel very good when we see students go out of school because of inability to pay school fees, and especially the bright ones.
Majina yangu ni Collins Eto. Niko grade ya 9, natoka Chepten. Vile tuko nyumbani tunakosa chakula, mama yangu anang'ang'ana kwenda kibarua ndio tupate ya kukula. Vile ingia Kamasi, vile nilikuwa natakiwa ya feeding program, na ndio ananiambia hakuna, sipati hata. Naenda nyumbani ninakaa sirudi.
My name is Gideon Gupta. Nasomea shule la Kambaso, niko grade 9. Baba yangu aliaga dunia nikiwa grade 4 hapo, na mama yangu hasi nilipia masomo ya grade kutokea grade 7. Ndio kuna sister yangu yako form 2, so anastahili alipia na anafanya barua na china chai na anafanya china chai, kuna ya chakula tena. Ni ngumu sana alipe kwa kila mtu.
Unajua Sun Foundation alipofika huyu kijana akaanza kulala shule, nikapumzika. Hiyo maneno ya kupeleka yeye usiku na kurudi, nikalala kama mtu yoyote.
Vile Johnson Foundation liingia, sikuwa naona naenda home kuendea fees. Sasa ukapata sasa kufanya pata pesa ya kula hata naye.
Nika invest time ni improve kwa masomo, na nikiwa form 3 think niliweza kupata grade mzuri na niliweza kupata index 1, na hiyo pia imeendeleza kuni motivate like sija give up, bado naendelea na masomo yangu, na msika ambao umemtolea tena mamangu ilikuwa nzito but naona ni nyepesi sasa.
Venye Joy Sang ametusaidia, nimeanza kuimprove kwa masomo. Nashukuru. Habari, naomba mtusaidie watoto wengine kwa shule.
Vile nilikuwa nakuja shule ninachukua 1 hour ndio nifike, saa ilikuwa inanimaliza nguvu. Vile Sang Foundation ilifika ilinisaidia.
I'm Kirui Robert, Deputy Principal in charge of academics in Kamaso Secondary School. And we want to really thank the Joe Sang Foundation. It is touching so many students, and my humble request from the parents took this because they are aware that there is Joe Sang Foundation who has assisted 4 students. It is my humble request from my office. More are coming requesting for more support from the Joe Sang Foundation.
Venye nitamaliza masomo yangu ndakuja hata mimi kusaidia wengine venye nimesaidia nikishafikia career yangu.
Kwa Sang Foundation tunapata elimu bora. Sasa nataka waendelee wape watoto wengine elimu kama mimi.
Alipolala hata mimi naona kwa report wakati na rudi inakuja, mimi naona ina improve. Na huyu kijana ni mzuri, hata yeye anakimbia. Hiyo ndio niliona Mungu wako, kwa vile hata kukimbia anakimbia.
Kitu inanipea ya kwamba inanipea hamu ya kukimbia sana ni kwamba kina Kipchoge na Faith Kipyegon vile wanafanya huko ng'ambo. Sasa ningetamani nifanye hata mimi. Venye Joe Sang Foundation ilifika, iliweza kunilipia school fee shule na nikapata spend time kwa shule, na nilijoin football ya hapa shule team, na venye tulikuwa tunacheza inter school niliweza coach wa local club hapa aliweza kunichukua kwa hiyo club yao, na hapo ndo niliendelea kudiscover niko na talent ya kucheza football, na wakanipea jina Messi, na most people do call me Messi.
If the talent will be nurtured and combined with academics, I'm sure the boy will excel. So I'm really begging and saying, let us have more well-wishers to assist this Joe Sang Foundation, and it will touch so many.
To Joe Sang Foundation, I'm taking this opportunity to say thank you for your support you have given unto me. Na all the people, na wahimiza waweze kusaidia Joe Sang Foundation ili waweze kusaidia watu wengine venye mimi nimesaidika. Thank you.
Asante sana Joe Sang Foundation.
Asante sana Joe Sang Foundation.
Asante sana Joe Sang Foundation.
Mtoto yangu alikuwa daktari na vile Joe Sang Foundation imeingia, maana nikiwa daktari Lang'at.
Asante sana. Mungu.
Amazing. Funny thing is, those are but just a few stories of children who've been touched by the Joe Sang Foundation. It's an amazing initiative. It is a selfless act. And when you do such things, everywhere around the world, people will notice Joe Sang. PS Energy Uganda. We, the team in Uganda in the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development and Uganda National Oil Company, wish you all the best in the upcoming Berlin Marathon and the unveiling of Joe Sang Foundation with the key objective of uplifting the under and less fortunate. We rally behind you, Joe, on this noble initiative. You are selfless. Your selflessness and dedication to make a change are inspirational. That is from the PS Engineer Irene Batebe. Now not the only one from beyond our borders thanking you, Joe. From Rwanda, Honorable Anton Kajangwe, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Trade and Industry, Rwanda. We salute and commend my brother, Mr. Joe Sang, the KBC MD, on this auspicious occasion of the launch of the Joe Sang Foundation. I pledge my personal support and that of friends from Rwanda. We would love to be there to witness this great milestone. Nonetheless, remain assured of our utmost support, and we wish him abundance of strength and success as he races on the 21st of September in the 2025 BMW Berlin Marathon. Whether it is home or abroad, you will always be appreciated when you have an initiative that looks to do more for others than for yourself. Speaking of abroad, we have the, hey, I got a clap. That's warming up. We're warming up, aren't we? Ladies and gentlemen, allow me now to call in the German ambassador, the German ambassador, I beg your pardon, Sebastian Groth, who will come here. I think the last time I saw him was playing a bit of basketball. I was trying to look and see if he would raise his hand about the running, but he did not. So I guess we're on the same boat. That's the one thing we have in common. A round of applause.
Thank you very much. I'm a very, very bad basketball player. After this film, it's a bit difficult, I think, to restart on a lighter note, because we see how tough life is in the home area of Joe. Joe and myself, we only met 1 week ago. But I don't know if you have this feeling sometimes that you meet people that you've never seen before, but you think from the first second that there is a certain chemistry between yourself and this other person, and that you're willing also to invest yourself emotionally and with your energy into this new friendship, into this new partnership. And we had lunch together and talked about running and Berlin, and of course about his foundation. And very spontaneously he invited me to this launch today here in Serena. And of course I accepted this invitation gratefully, and that's why I am here. I'm not a marathon runner, but I did a half marathon 20-something years ago. My big mistake was I did it here in Kenya, in Lewa Downs. So when I finished 1 round, all the Kenyans finished 2 rounds. But I'm still fighting. I do a lot of sports here, and I really appreciate the power of sports and the energy of the people that I meet here. I started swimming here with a swim trainer from Nyanza. I started boxing with one of your guys who is a strong guy, Joshua Wazike. And I refound my tennis trainer who brought a new topspin forehand 20 years ago. He's still working, Peter, and we met after 20 years, still trying to work on my technique. So sport in Kenya for me is a very big story, as it is for Joe as well. It was Nelson Mandela who said that sport is changing people, but it also can change the world. And I think that's a little bit the leitmotif of what we do also with sports diplomacy as a German embassy here. I don't know if you, whenever I travel within the country, and I really love Nairobi, but I also love all the other parts of this beautiful country, and I meet people from the generation, let's say 50 plus, mainly men. The first thing they tell me is, football made in Germany. That was apparently a KBC thing in the 80s and 90s, and all these guys know more about German football than I do. And it's always very passionate to exchange and talk about Germany, about sport, about football. And there you see how important this link of sports can be. But also nowadays we are doing a lot as an embassy. We invite trainers to Leipzig every year. We are supporting the Handball Federation, for example. We did the basketball thing together with the French embassy. We have small budget also to equip schools with jerseys and balls. And Joe, this is one thing that I wanted to promise you. For each minute you stay below 3 hours, we would give one set of jerseys and balls to the school that we saw on this screen. And I think we can go there together and hand it over and meet all these people in real life. I would be very, very interested. So what we will do next, in 3 weeks' time when Joe is running in Berlin, is we will organize a big watch party in Eldoret to highlight the Berlin Marathon. We did this 2 years ago, and Eliud Kipchoge was so friendly to win also for the 5th time. And we had a big party there with Nation Media Group also as a partner, and the governor who supported us strongly. So we will do this again, but this time we will do it with a special focus also on the launch of the Joe Sang Foundation to raise awareness, to raise money also, also to support the youth in the area. And I see this partnership as the beginning of a long and joint journey, and I would ask all of you to open also your pockets to help to bring together the endowment money for this foundation, and then give these young boys and young girls a better chance for making it in life. I think when you see their eyes, you see their ambition and also their power, and that's what we want to support also as an embassy. And we would like to thank Joe for his energy, and we wish him all the best for the Berlin Marathon. Thank you very much. And I don't know if you've seen it here, but on this information sheet, you see his deep connection to Germany, because he wears a jacket from Puma and trousers from Adidas. That's the way we like it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ambassador Groth. Connection to Germany. It's funny that you should talk about football made in Germany right here in this very room. I was emceeing and Bastian Schweinsteiger was in the house, and yeah, the Champions League final. So it's good to see you in the house as well. And for that promise of footballs and kits for the children, if he keeps it under 3 hours. Umesikia, usiangushe shule. No pressure, of course. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we can move on in the interest of time. Allow me now to call Moses Cheboy, former Deputy Speaker, National Assembly, a hilarious guy as well, of Joe Sang. He will be coming up to give a good speech. Feel free to tell us any secrets you know.
Thank you. Excellency, German Ambassador, Cabinet Secretary is here, and the rest of us, let's accept to be called protocols observed. I enjoy some sweet and sour relations with Joe Sang. We are always friends in the day, after the day, but when on a golf course, we are not friends at all. But I'll describe a few things. Maybe we'll allow them to leave first, and then as he comes back, I can be able to tell him some few things about himself, because there's also something else I was trying to look out at. I want to be his coach. I'm volunteering my services to be his coach, and I have my credentials. I ran a marathon between 2003 and 2007, and I was always competing for the parliamentary team here. And I have also my record of 3 hours, 21 minutes. Unfortunately, that is the half marathon. So, Waziri, what I'm just trying to tell Joe Sang here is that if he allows me to be his coach, I will donate all the proceeds that he should have paid me to his foundation. So I will not take anything from him. But something very interesting before I go to something about Joe himself. You heard the mzee who was speaking, and I don't know if you people picked. He said, sasa nalala kama kila mtu mwingine. I wish he knew problem with Joe, because I just can't believe that somebody can wake up at 4 to run. But it is more than that. That is to describe how much of a disciplined person he is. I remember one Saturday that he ran probably 21, probably 30 kilometers in the morning. And then he came to the course, and we did 36 holes. Honorable Mbadi Waziri, I'm sure you do not know anything about golf holes. I mean, the 36 is serious business. Actually, it means walking for 8 hours, almost non-stop. And that is Joe Sang. So you can imagine, he runs, and then he comes to the course, 2 different courses, 36 holes, that is about 8 hours. And then in the evening, he has time also to take tea with friends. Well, I'm not going to talk so much about tea, because I'm generally a honest man, but he takes tea, whichever tea it is. He will take it properly and he will have no problem. He will go back home without an issue. This is a disciplined person. And I'm saying disciplined because I can compare him with some of us. In 2004, when we went to Krakow Marathon, myself, Charles Keter, Mungatana, Nkaiseri, and now Munya, and we were the team representing Parliament. I can tell you, and I wish CK Keter was here, the reason why we volunteered to run was not that we were runners at any one point of our lives, but because, you know, I'm Kip Kimboy, Kip Choge, Kip somebody, Kip other. So I didn't even practice, but it was worse for CK Keter, because he also did about 3 hours and 40-something minutes, 21 kilometers, but I can tell you that was also ambulance assisted, because he was taken out of the course. And secondly, we like the humility of Joe. The humility. I've spoken a little about his discipline, now the humility. You know, you are a CEO. You had, a fast tire parastatal. You are doing very well. And your name is known all over. And he doesn't say much about it. In fact, if he passes around in many of our golf courses, unless, of course, there are those clubs who, for example, myself, I crossed from double digit to single in golf. Again, Honorable Gamba Waziri, I'm sure you don't know these things. Now that means you are becoming a better golfer. So I hit index 9.9. There was celebration in the entire golf courses of Nairobi because I announced everywhere. I play with Sang, he beats me 90% of the time. I beat him once, everybody including his wife would know that I actually beat Joe today. Very humble gentleman. Of course, I saw Caleb a little earlier. I wouldn't say the same if Caleb was the one being described. He has little cells of humility. And it's good that he is not here because I would be having trouble. Is Caleb here? I am sorry. I didn't say it was not this Caleb. You see, ladies and gentlemen, I'm also very choosy about my friends. In fact, I do not know how we ended up becoming friends with Joe. Because I have to look at your background, the school you went. You know, you have to have gone to a good school like Migos or Gamba, who went to Kabarak like myself. For Joe Sang, and that's why we describe his hard work, to have been in a school called Kabianga. And you know he comes from Kabianga there. So it means when he was inside the compound of the school, angeza kuangalia nyumbani, angalie mama yake huko akipika chakula. You have to really have worked very hard to be where he is. For us in Kabarak, I mean, you had to prove us not clever, because we were already known to have been very sharp people as we went there. That's where I was with Migos. I had to brag. And of course, for Caleb, let's not talk so much about him, because his school, the school that he went, most of the things that he was being taught is not about mathematics, English, and the rest. It's about etiquette, how to eat, how to sit with big people. But in all, I'm just trying to say that we have a very humble man in Joe. Please keep it up. In terms of mobilization skills, and I'm telling you because I am with him in several groups, including one called Golf Ambassadors, where he's our captain. whenever there is an issue, if there is a marriage issue, Joe would be the one taking the lead in raising resources. Recently, we lost a friend, Leon Kiptum. He was at the center of doing many of these things. Of course, with our own chairman, Gennaro, senior counsel. And of course, who went to a good school. And I picked those people who went to good school. And this is my friend because, you know, St. Patrick's Iten, of course, was also in that category of the schools we recognize those days. So he's a good mobilizer. He has been able to mobilize Kenyans in Kenya and Kenyans in diaspora, so that we get around some of these things, a golf tournament here, some assistance somewhere, and that is how he finds himself bringing up this issue of the golf in Joe Sang Foundation, which is basically giving back to the society. So to describe Joe Sang in those 5 minutes, I was given 5 minutes to describe him, and I was very happy, because as a politician, I would have needed former politician, sorry. I would have needed like 5 hours to describe the attributes of Joe Sang, because he's a special man. I wish we all could be able to work as hard as he does without expectation. I can tell you for free, if I was given an opportunity to have many people like this, and I see the German ambassador is here, and he's saying he's taking shoes to some schools in my former constituency, for example, the next time I would be on radio, and I'd be going home saying, I still want the seat again. Because we do some things ourselves as politicians sometimes that we really need to reap here. So for somebody like Joe Sang, who does and does not even want to get credit for it, I think it is being special. I want to thank you and wish you well. I will be accompanying you to Berlin. I don't know how I will, but I surely want to be there and see you. And by the way, you did well to choose Berlin. It's always easier for us Kenyans there. That is where we broke all the records. When Paul Tergat was running, he broke his record there. When Kipchoge ran there, he broke his record. It is an easier course at least. So you can now go and break that record. I really want to give you, we should give you a target of 2 hours 50. I mean, for a 50-year-old gentleman to do that, I think you will have to be a special one. God bless all of you, and thank you very much.